My name is Amalie Eikeland Holmefjord. I'm from Norway, and I'm a youth delegate representing the Norwegian Children and Youth Council.
Yeah, connected to the UN.
Yes,
Yeah.
a UN youth delegate
Yeah.
working specifically on climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have four questions prepared, and the first one is, what is the best thing about being young?
I would say there are many good things, but I think for me, I think it's the freedom you have when you're young. I love that there are endless possibilities, or at least for me, that's what it feels like being young. It's you have these, opportunities to go anywhere and be anywhere and meet anyone, and I think that's incredible. And I try my best to take advantage of that. It's not always that easy because you need to do things, school and work, but yeah, just kind of having that time of your life where you really, you don't have that many responsibilities yet, and you can just do what you want to do. I think that's definitely the best thing.
But you're also a personality that are actually going for those opportunities then, because some young people have the same opportunities, but they don't go for it, correct?
Yes, that's true, yeah. And yeah, in that sense it's hard to say, because I also have friends who are, very different from me, much more homebound and more in their safe environment that they've always been in. And I wouldn't say that that's a bad thing either.
No.
Because I guess that's just coming from my point of view. I love having those opportunities and being able to take them, but I know other people who prefer not to, but who may be just as happy being young. Yeah. So I guess that's really dependent on the person.
Okay. My second question is, what is the worst thing about being young?
Yeah, I guess that's like the other side of the coin. To the freedom part, I think there are several things. One thing is maybe, like a feeling of uncertainty and confusion, perhaps. I think being young, you go around many times asking yourself, did I make the right choice? And sometimes you don't know, and you kind of just have to deal with that uncertainty, but it can be hard because you don't have the experience from before to know exactly what to do. And I think, that also comes with pressure from society to do certain things with your life. I think that's also one of the hardest things about being young. And yeah, that pressure can be on anything, like making a career or getting a family or doing those kind of things. But yeah, there's definitely the freedom part is counteracted by the pressure part.
Yeah.
So
if you should look back from a couple of years and to now, the biggest challenge, concerns, dilemmas that young people have in 2024, 2025, after the corona, after all this, what do you see as the main?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think there are many issues. I think, that's a very overarching thing, but I think maintaining well-being in a world that feels very uncertain is maybe one of the biggest challenges, because we are faced with a lot of crises and challenges around us. Such as, you have climate change, we have many wars going on at this present time, and I think as a young person it feels, it's a bit scary, because we've evolved so much, we've done so many things, but still we're struggling with these same issues that I feel like have been around for a long time. And as a young person, that does make you feel kind of, scared. Not I wouldn't say losing hope, because there's always hope, but of course there are these huge challenges, and sometimes they seem, you know, somewhat, I wouldn't say impossible, but really hard to manage. And being young, you want to make changes and ensure that, you know, that the future for other young people as yourself and the people coming after is going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think needs to change, to be improved? Yeah, that's a big question again.
That's a big question. It's a very,
Is it something in the school system? Is it something in the? Is it something with the politicians? Is it something with the mindset?
Yeah.
Is that what we have to work with?
Yeah, I think all of those aspects are important. I think the mindset part, like, now we're living in a world that's very much, you know, we're very much focused on, you know, the internet, like social media and these things. And I think, you know, we need to deal with those things. I mean, they bring a lot of positive things as well, but we need to deal with what they kind of have to, the challenges, I guess, that they bring to the table. And I think, politicians also, for me, I guess when it comes to politics, and that I think that would be different, you know, like from where in the world you come from. But I think we need to see that someone actually does something, because right now it feels like the politicians are just doing the bare minimum to kind of do something, to have something to show for, but they don't really make the big changes. And I think people want to see the big changes. We want to see, you know, transformations. We want to see, you know, willingness to make the change, to deal with climate change, to deal with like nature loss, but also to deal with like the other issues of just like human well-being and mental health, which is another big topic. And I think we've come far because we talk more about it, but still like keeping that openness there, and also making sure that we have, you know, a system that can help the people who need it, and that doesn't really, now it feels like it has to go really far before you get help, but that we can do more like preventative measures. I think that's really important, both like for mental health, loneliness, as we talked about earlier, like before it goes too far. I think there's a lot of things we can do, and I think in today's system that's not how it works. We just, once it gets really bad, you see the problem and you try to fix it, but you could have done something
a long time
earlier.
before.
Yeah. So I think, trying to do something as early as possible, and really focusing on like the root of the problem and not just dealing with kind of the symptoms that come up eventually.
I like your answers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you for having me.